Hello and welcome to my video today. I'm going to be talking about the PKC version. I've been getting a lot of questions and seeing a lot of people asking about how they can determine the PKC version on their Fisker Ocean. First thing I want to mention is that it is not a direct way of getting the PKC version. It's an indirect way by looking at the key fob. And from that, we can determine what the PKC is. When you update the PKC, when you bring the key fob to the car, it will update that key fob in mere seconds. So if you've been using your key fob with the car, it will have the update from the PKC. So using your smartphone, you're going to download an app called NRF Connect. It's available on Apple and Android. And what you're going to do is download that app and start it up. A good thing to do is go far from your vehicle. In fact, my vehicle is probably 100 yards or more away from where I am right now. And you're going to have that key fob in your hand. You're going to have your phone with the Bluetooth on, and you're going to start the app. And what you're going to do is the NRF Connect app, you're going to start a scan. And what you're going to do is press a button on the key fob. You can press the lock or unlock button. It really doesn't matter. What that does is it sends a signal out via Bluetooth so that the app can detect it. And what you're going to do then is go into the app and search for the word key fob. There it is. I'm going to click on it. And if you look on here, it says key fob, connectable, yes, manufacturer data. And this is the important part here, where it says 110A. That's going to indicate the version that we're going to be looking for. And here's a table that you can look at that shows you the different numbers and the PKCs that they correspond to. If you have some number that starts with 06 and any other characters in there, that's PKC version 09. If you have a 09 and two other characters, that's PKC version 13, which is known to be part of OS 2.0. If you have 10 and two additional characters, that's PKC version 17, which is part of OS 2.1. And the latest would be if you have 11 and two other characters. For example, mine is 110A. That's PKC version 20, and that's part of OS 2.2. The full 2.2. If you have OS 2.2.1 or 2.2.2, you're most likely not going to have PKC version 20. You need 2.2.3 or full 2.2 to get that. Here's some additional comments on PKC versions. 13, 14, 15, and 16 were all bad builds and rarely seen. 17 is very stable and fixed a lot of the issues with the fob, especially the clicking and not registering by the car until you hit multiple times, and also the distance. 20 is the final release, and it offered more fixes and better firmware. And that's pretty good for right now. So we're going to see what happens with future versions of PKC, such as PKC 21, which should be coming out in a month or so. And if there's any other versions, I'll be tracking those. I want to give a hat tip to Raphael on the FOA community forums for the test, and also to Chad Sturgill for the information on the PKC versions. So that about does it for this video. I did a quick demonstration of how to find the PKC version for your Fisker Ocean via the key fob and using the NRF Connect app on your smartphone. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.